I like the time slow faster thing. But you can only do it like 3 times really quickly in succession.
Yeah, we can have a puzzle that requires dashing 3 times. And then we have... They run into Rose. Is that what's happening?
After he gets the powers, they go out of the temple and then they get another call from the commander and Lexi. Commander tells them that Rose got infected and she is terrorizing the castle. Lexi says that she defended the village and they gave her a cure to the disease. So Kevin has to weaken Rose to a point, and then so you can't. If you kill her, you lose,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to signal. Not Rose. You have to signal Lexi when to come in to cure Rose.
We could have that paralysis attack be used to like stun her for a bit, and then you call in Lexi, or something happens and you have to do it X amount of times,
Yeah.
rather than just beat her down to a certain amount of health.
Oh, and uh, Rose was already fast before the disease, so when she now that she is diseased, she's just like
Super fast.
Yeah, she's ridiculously fast.
Yeah. A lot of image blurring going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that be hard to do?
It wouldn't.
It wouldn't.
It would be more art, but and that not too much.
All right.
Well, everything's more art, really. So
Yeah, everything's gonna be more art, but this is hard art. This is art. This is art that you can do.
not that I can do, but it's easy enough that it's not like a very high barrier of entry. If I could do the arts, even basic, all you need is like various silhouettes fading out for a good little trail.
Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking.
Yeah. So it's not too hard, it's just don't have the basic skills.
So yeah, that's how that fight would work. After she is cured, she collapses on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Then King Logan comes out, says that he watched the entire battle and thanks all of them for saving his kingdom. What else? And then he's really impressed by Lexi and her bravery and asks if she would be the new queen. I forgot to tell you in the very beginning. I'm wondering if you read that. There's a little tiny
not.
There's a little tiny backstory for King Logan.
I did not read the
It's-
tied back.
Is like the second. No, it's like the third sentence in the first paragraph.
In the what paragraph?
First paragraph of the medieval story.
Oh, okay, not the setting.
Yeah.
I was reading the very first one. Ah, I see. So his wife died. He asked Lexi to marry him.
And then Lexi faints.
Hmm. So what does she later on decide?
I don't think it ever. In my story that I was thinking, she never actually gets the chance to answer for right now.
What would she answer if she had to?
Uh, she said, I guess not right now. Maybe later. There's something that she has to do that it's just not said right now. Like, she will never say what she has to do to anybody else. Basically, Lexi has a secret.
Okay. Now, I agree she shouldn't get married. About her approach, even though there's no real plan to use her as a romantic interest, that kind of closes her off early in the game. So having that as like an offer on the table, like how it is now, and then maybe she says something like,
she doesn't answer.
yeah.
She won't answer until a whole lot later in the story.
But she has to say something so the player knows that it's unresolved, rather than just leaving it hanging there as a plot hole.
She doesn't say something then. She can say.
She doesn't have to say. Yeah, she just has to give even if it's a delaying answer. Like, I can't say that right. I can't answer that right now, or something like that.
So she wouldn't faint now.
No, she could still faint. I'm just saying, before they leave to the next area, the issue has to be addressed to the point that's put on hold. It can't be something we just ignore until later in the story.
Could it just be like, I, and then she faints?
No, I'm talking about when she wakes up from fainting.
Oh. Well then, yeah, that's fine, but she would wake up in the city and then say it.
Why would she wake up in the city?
Because she's fainted. She's unconscious.
Yes, but they just leave with her knocked out?
Yeah. Because there's two people that are knocked out and need help.
And rather than stay, they just move?
Huh?
And rather than stay there and wait till they're both
they move. And then, if you read the last paragraph,
it
says Kevin's Isla just looked disappointed. It's just now I have to carry these two back to the city. And then Logan tells them that the offer to Lexi to be queen is always available to her.
I am still reluctant on the not being resolved. Well, not resolved, but not being addressed before they leave. But it doesn't need to be resolved, of course, as I'm saying. So Lexi has to say something before they split, before they never see Logan until the end.
That doesn't necessarily have to happen. I just said it had to happen later in the story.
That he says what?
That she says that she can't do it until her mission is done.
Rather than I can't do it, she could say something like, I can't consider marriage or anything like that. I can't consider settling down or
that's fine.
until yeah.
Anything along that lines is fine. I just don't think it should happen right now.
We just got to keep it ambiguous to the player that they might be the love interest or they might not. She might take the offer, she might hold out for the player, and the player needs to be able to still feel that sort of possibility. Having her say just, I can't right now, seems like she's on hold for him, rather than she might consider someone else.
She could be considered someone else. I just don't know how to write that in words right now.
That's all I'm saying. It's like
All right,
just how she says it. It's like we gotta be very picky about our words
but we can come
in
to
the
that.
scene. That might not happen depending on how we have to program and make the levels and all that.
Yeah, but we can wait for that until more of the story is written out.
Mm-hmm. It's a good baseline. We have a good baseline. Getting into the complexities, we'll have to really watch ourselves.
Yes.
Like how we'll handle the cutscenes and what is exactly said. So after all that, well, after she goes unconscious, it says colonial, and then it has the city. It has Act 3.
Yeah.
Is the colonial done while she's passed out for the whole time?
No. No, that's just like. I thought that was going to be like a side area that you can do
Ah, yes.
while
yes.
you are in Act 2. And
I see
from
what you're
any
doing.
act
Yes.
later than that. That's just like that's when it becomes available to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I put it there. I just don't know how it'll work right now.
Okay. And what did you have any plans for Act 3 with the city?
With the city, with that part, I was thinking they're gonna get to actually know the characters a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, not really, they learn about Rose more. They don't really need to know about Lexi quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
Rose, no, the commander tells them what Rose was doing in the first place. She was trying to find out where the disease came from in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's where you learn who the big boss is. Like, who's in charge of the people that have been gathering the resources and diseasing people and or attacking villages.
Yeah.
And I don't have a name for the person yet. I can say this right now. He used to work for the commander.
The big bad, or just the guy with the pain
big
toxin?
the bad guy who has a wait the bad guy in this game.
So
used
the
to
ultimate
work for
boss,
the commander.
big bad. Yeah. Okay.
Used to work for the commander as a biochemist.
So we definitely went away from the Kevin's mom as the end boss.
Yes.
Okay.
I found that it's a little bit too much.
Yes.
That's too much.
So he used to work for the commander as a biochemist.
Yes.
What caused them to split and him to become the big bad?
He thought he was like not used well. He thought he could be like one of the basic leaders of whatever organization that they're in, but he didn't like the way it was run, anything like that. He wanted to be more powerful.
And the commander
Shut him down. He didn't respect him.
So was the commander like a manager at the whatever, or was he actually in like the army?
The commander is in charge of this organization. He was, I guess he could be like, he used to be in the army before.
But what organization is? He's the commander
Of, I guess,
Of the same organization that the biochemist took over.
No. No. Biochemists made a new organization.
Okay.
Like, if you're going with, like, the biochemist made NPU.
Mm-hmm.
And the commander, if he stuck with, like, what I had for the old thing, this would be MC.
Yeah. So the MC is not a startup militia. It's an old company.
Yeah.
And he's now commanding the militia.
He helps organize them. He doesn't command them, I would say. He's just an organizer.
And what's happening with MC?
Everybody's just being attacked by MPU and they're trying to stop them.
So is there like corporate warfare going on?
It's sort of just that one MPU who's already in charge of MPU getting revenge on everybody. Or what he is calling revenge.
But
letting him use his talents.
NPU and MC have armed armies.
MC does not.
So how are they defending themselves?
It's just a militia. Let's say MC got disbanded after a while because there is no any big threat to them after a while. But then when MPU came around, the commander came back in charge.
What was MC's past task? Was it a private army?
It was a private army, yes. For the city. But then it disbanded because there was no threat to them as of then.
For just the city?
Just the city.
Okay. That makes a bit more sense. Now I see where the cross paths and all that is coming from.
Oh, and the biochemist, the way that he left MC was that he stole two things. He stole one of his, I guess, I don't want to call it a potion. What else do you call stuff like that?
Elixir. What are you thinking of it as?
As a experiment they just created.
Is it a malicious?
Huh?
Is it malicious?
He made a virus.
Okay,
basically.
then yes. Okay.
He made a virus and he took that and he also took some type of battle equipment. I have no clue what that would be right now, but
Like a mech?
not a mech. It's like a suit.
Like a exosuit?
Yeah.
Okay. That could work for the boss battle.
Yeah. He made an exosuit and he didn't make an exosuit. He stole the exosuit. He made a virus, which is the heme virus.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, the big bad was the chemist. We'll name him Jacob.
Jacob?
So we can stop saying.
I thought of Jake when I thought of the person.
He's just that kind of guy. He sounds like a Jake/Jacob.
Jacob.
Yep. So that's our code name, if not final name, for the biochemist. So we don't have to keep saying that.
Jacob. Also, I have one twist in this entire story.
And what's that?
The secret that Lexi has,
Mm-hmm.
Jacob is her brother.
Ah. Jacob's her brother. And the commander's not related at all.
No.
Did Lexi know the commander prior through her brother?
She knew that her brother worked for MC. I think that's all that she really knows.
Okay.
And then they didn't really have any contact with each other. They weren't that close. So she doesn't know what her brother's done. She just knows that's not good at all. She knows that the person that's in charge of MPU is her brother.
Okay. So she has been a naivete.
I have no clue what you just said.
Naive.
Alright. And let's see. For the third act, I was thinking that they each have their own missions. Rose would do something to screw up again, like she got bribed or something. So Kevin has to solve whatever happened and fight off another boss like that. Lexi would be.
That would be the side mission?
That would not be the side mission. Side mission is.
Would that be part of the temple?
That would be after the temple. The temple would always come first.
Yes.
There'd be some mini boss in the temple.
Uh-huh.
And then he gets his power. And then there's some boss outside the temple that he has to defeat.
Well, it goes mini boss, power, then boss.
Yes.
And the boss this time was caused by Rose? Not the MPU?
Not. It's sort of both. Rose is bribed into doing something that releases the new boss.
I don't like that from this point in time, because so far Rose hasn't really built up anything to make her
corruptible.
Yes. Or no, not corruptible. To make her an asset to the player. I mean, before this she was a boss.
Yeah.
And then she got corrupted, or she got bribed, and now the player has to fight another boss because of her. Why does the player not just kick Rose out of the group or something? Why is Rose still there if she's just causing trouble?